Welcome back to Fun with Fountain Pens.
Here's a house. Here's a door. Windows 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready to knock? Turn the lock.
10 school. Okay, guys, I have a really great pen for you. This comes to us from Pakistan. I don't think I've ever reviewed a pen from Pakistan. How I came by this, it's called a $717i. How I came by this was that I ordered a pen from a pen boutique overseas, and they included this in the packaging. And it was just like a free pen that they gave away. I looked it up. You can buy these. They go for about 45 cents sometimes. Normally they're $1. About $1 New Zealand dollar is what this pen costs. I have seen it on sale for as little as 45 cents. Now, here's the thing. Pakistan is not a particularly wealthy country, but they're one of those countries that teaches their children to use fountain pens at school, like in the United Kingdom. You go through school, children, they graduate from a pencil to a fountain pen. They still do that today. They do the same thing in Pakistan. And Dollar is the brand of pen that is inexpensive enough for young Pakistani children to use. And it is actually a fantastic pen. Let me show you what I like about this pen and what I don't like. The first thing about it is quite small. Right, like this is uncomfortably small for me. It just doesn't brace enough at the back of my hand, okay? For a pen like this, it's more sort of suitable for a lady's hand or particularly a child's hand. It does, however, post relatively nicely. It is very, very light. In terms of the filling mechanism, I have seen some models of this that are a piston filler. Right, that there is a piston on the end, which is my preferred filling mechanism, but this is not one of them. This one instead has a cartridge converter. Let me undo it so you can see what that is like. Okay, so it's just got a really simple plunger cartridge converter, and you can see that it is full of blue ink. Now, these pens do come in a variety of different colors, but I do like demonstrators. I really like the aesthetic of a transparent pen so that you can see the ink sloshing around in it. I really, really like that. How it writes, you notice with this nib, it is a steel nib. I have it in a medium. It is a good solid medium, and it is incredibly smooth. Pakistan is not known for making pens, although there is a pen industry in Pakistan, more of a pen industry in India. They have been growing in prominence when it comes to Asian pens. Mostly they come from the Orient, so you get Chinese pen manufacturers and Japanese pen manufacturers. But it has to be said, in the subcontinent, in India and in Pakistan, they are starting to make good pens. This is astonishingly smooth to write with. It is just unbelievable. For a 45-cent pen, this pen writes like a pen that is worth a lot more money. It is just absolutely smooth in flow. There is a little bit of flex in it, but not a great deal. It is, I think it'll be fair to say, a really, really stiff nib. But for 45 cents, who cares? This pen is good enough to use as an everyday writer. If you have a child in your life, you want to give them a nice pen that it doesn't matter if they lose, it doesn't matter if they damage. I think this is the best pen that you could possibly give a child because, hey, let's face it, for 45 cents, you can buy 10 of them, and every time they break one or lose it, you can give them a replacement. All right. Moving on to the ink. This is one that I bought a while back. You may remember I bought a few of the Iroshizuku inks that I normally don't use just to try. These are the little 15ml bottles. Iroshizuku inks are very, very expensive. They come from Japan. They're very, very famous for their vibrant colors, for their lovely shading. They're pretty much most fountain pen people absolutely adore their inks. Now, this one here is an azure. It's called Ama-iro. Now, it is less well known than their other azure, which everyone uses, the Konpeki. All right? The Konpeki is the azure that I use as my standard writing ink. In fact, my whole family does. My family standardized on this color ink for our own internal correspondence. This ink, the Ama-iro, is just a slightly lighter blue. I splashed a little bit of it earlier to give you a taste of the colour. And what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of an ink splash from the Konpeki, so you can see that well as well. If I can get the lid open. Goodness gracious, what's going on here? Sorry, the lid's stuck on this other bottle. And I've got ink all over my fingers now. Sorry, guys. All right, so here for a color test is the Konpeki. And I'll move that so that you can see it a little bit better. Sorry, guys, I'm having a bit of a disaster with the ink. All right, let me turn that around. All right, so you can see from the Konpeki, it's just a sort of a darker blue than the Ama-iro. I have got to say, I'm not convinced that I'm going to change away from my default Konpeki, but it is quite nice to have the Ama-iro as a bit of a change. But you can see it's just slightly lighter, more of a sky azure than the deep shading of the Konpeki. It is worth considering. To me, I think the Konpeki is better. All right, guys, so that is today's pen and ink. We have the $717i from Pakistan, and the Ama-iro from Iroshizuku in Japan. I hope you found that interesting. And I've only got about 20 minutes left to go in the broadcast. I'll be coming back. I'm going to try and fit in a segment of Ginger Watch. And I do have one or two more articles to go through before I finish. Also, do let me know what you think of that pen in the chat. You are watching Simon TV.